Men say, as much as the sayings of men are worth, that it began with a cowherd. He had lived his whole life in the country beyond the great river Danube. As a boy, he had herded his lazy father's cattle between the sweeping grasslands and snowy peaks of that barbaric land, and when his father died, the cattle became his. Because he was a strong and ambitious man, his herd soon doubled in size, and he decided to take a wife, who gave him a son. When his herd doubled again, he took a second wife, who gave him 2 sons, and when it doubled a third time, he took a third wife, who gave him 3 sons. By this time, judging that he had enough cattle and wives and more than enough sons, the cowherd fancied himself an important man, worthy of the attention of his king. But when he went to see the king, he was mocked even before he entered the palace. "You have nothing to offer him," the king's guard said. "You think yourself wealthy, but your entire herd would barely be enough for a single feast in this hall." The cowherd returned home, dejected. His first wife asked him what was wrong. "I have seen the splendor of the king's palace," he replied. "Now I look at you all and think myself a simple farmer, little more than a beggar." The second wife said, "Make a sacrifice to the gods and ask for their help." "How will the gods help me?" he asked. "Ask them to give you something to offer the king," said the third wife, "something that no other man has." And so the cowherd, heeding this wise counsel, went to his herd and chose the finest-looking beast he could see. Some say this was a full-grown ox, others a heifer, but whichever it was, when he found it he was dismayed, for it was limping and its front leg was covered in blood. "This is a bad omen," the man grumbled to himself as he inspected the wound. "The gods are punishing me for the laziness of my father." He saw at once that the wound had been caused by something sharp, and that a trail of blood led across the meadow towards a mound in the distance. Worried that another of his animals might also injure itself in the same way, he began following the blood trail. Soon he came to a small hollow at the top of the mound, where the trail ended. Peering inside the hollow, he glimpsed something shiny. Straight away he returned to his house to fetch a mattock, before hurrying back to dig out the mysterious object. It was not long before he realized it was a sword. When he had exposed the grip, he pulled it from the earth and held it up to the sun. Never before had he seen such a perfect blade. So bright did it flash that his wives came running from the house. "It is a sword of the gods," they told him. "They have answered your prayer." "I made no prayer to them," he answered. "But I know why they have revealed this to me." He wasted not a single breath returning to the king's palace. This time the guard took one look at the blade and his face turned pale. He immediately led the cowherd into the great hall. The cowherd fell to his knees when he glimpsed the king sitting on his throne. "Come closer," Attila said. The cowherd approached him, offering the sword in outstretched hands. "My king," he said, "I found this buried on my land." Attila's eyes fixed on the blade. He rose from his throne and took hold of the weapon. The steel shone like fire as he turned it this way and that, marveling at its workmanship, which surpassed anything made by man in any corner of the world. "Last night I had a dream," Attila said in a sonorous voice. "I dreamed that a stranger would come to me with this sword. Today I commanded my guard, if such a man should appear, to bring him to me. Now I see that it was no mere dream, but a prophecy." "What is the prophecy, great king?"